If that doesn't get you hype, I don't know what will. I don't even listen to Pretty Lights, and I read that description and I was like, okay, I get it. Like, I get it. That would be a big, big one to go see. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to bring you another lineup review, but I wanted to do things a little bit differently. So you guys have been enjoying my ranking videos where I share my favorite artists and who I would like to see on a lineup. But because we're talking about Electric Forest here, I feel like one of the most discussed things on their lineup is what genres are present, because Electric Forest used to have a lot of jam bands and things like that, and then electronic music slowly became more present on their lineup. And a lot of you might be curious like what the breakdown looks like. Some of you may not recognize a lot of names, and if you know what genre you like, it might just be helpful to find people that way. So I looked up every single artist on the Electric Forest lineup and I broke everybody down by genre, and I'm going to be putting them into a tier ranking system today to help you guys discover some new music. So if you guys love this idea, please give this video a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your Electric Forest rave fam. That gets the word out about my channel, so I appreciate you guys doing that. This is also a public ranking tier template that I made, so if you guys want to like mess around with this yourself or move things around, feel free. I will link it down below. Now, before we dive in here, quick disclaimer. It's a little hard to break people down by genre because some artists do really nicely transition in between genres. So I did my best to kind of categorize them with like the main genre that they might fall under, but I'm going to talk a little bit about artists that I didn't know. I looked them up on Spotify and I have some information on them. So it's going to be jam-packed full of info for you guys today. So with that being said, the last thing I want to say is that Electric Forest is about way more than the lineup. I'm sure you've heard people saying that online, but if you don't have too many people you want to see and you bought tickets, even better, because there's so much to explore at this festival. Like, you'll have less set conflicts. You'll be able to go explore the forest, do the Dream Emporium. Like, there's so much other shit at this festival that's amazing to do. So don't be stressed if you're not like, oh my God, there's not somebody I want to see every hour of the day. That makes it better because you can explore more stuff. So with that being said, I'm going to pull up the lineup here and we're going to dive in. Okay, so one thing I quickly want to mention, when I saw the lineup drop, I did think initially it looked kind of empty. Like, if you look at previous ones, the undercard always had the tiniest font and was always like so full. So I do feel like this is phase one, and we'll probably get phase two because I know they add other artists at the end, and there's so many stages at Forest. Like, there's probably so many more artists to come. The other thing I want to say is like the number one artist I was hoping to see on here was Rufus Du Sol. So I was a little bit disappointed that they weren't on here, but there's obviously so many other gems. So yeah, Rufus Du Sol and Seven Lions were like the top two I was hoping to see on here that were not. So other than that, let's start from the top. So on Thursday, you have a jam-packed day of headliners, I feel like, all from different genres. So first and foremost, we have Everything Always, which is Dom Dalla and John Summit's project. I've never seen this. This is a huge selling point for me. I love both of them and they complement each other so well. So this is the house music category and it's going to be incredible. So that is a big one for me. Then we have Nelly Furtado, which isn't surprising because Dom Dalla is on here and we know they've been performing together live a lot. So I don't know if she's going to be, well, I'm assuming she'll be popping up in their set to sing some tracks, but hopefully she'll have her own set as well because Nelly is a legend and an absolutely beautiful soul and she's amazing. I love watching her in interviews. So she's a pop singer, so we're going to put her under pop. She has so many like hits. It's going to be very good. So excited for that. The Disco Biscuits is on here. This is a very exciting jam band. Also a little bit electronic as well. So I'm going to put Disco Biscuits under jam band for sure. I had a friend, an old coworker, who used to always go see them with her boyfriend and he was obsessed with it. So I've heard really, really good things about their live shows and I feel like that will be a fun set to see. So I would definitely go check that out. Then we have Ben Bomer, who is a house music artist, definitely more on like the chiller deep house vibes. But I feel like it'll be a very beautiful vibey set. I saw him at EDC Vegas. I just don't think it was the right timing. It was like 4 a.m. at Neon Garden. The sound quality wasn't that good. I was so tired, so I would need a redo with him. And then Knock 2, which I feel like Knock 2 is a huge get for Electric Forest. He's had a massive year. He's absolutely crushing it. He's played back-to-backs on some of the biggest stages, and he's crushing it. So he is a little bit bass house, but he also does a lot of trap music as well. So he's one of these artists that could go under two different categories, but I'm going to put him under trap for now. Then on Thursday, we have Pretty Lights, which I know is a very, very big one for a lot of you guys. You were hoping to see Pretty Lights on here. So Pretty Lights is a live act, and I just want to read this from Spotify because I thought this was a great description. He took a very long hiatus from touring. It's been 5 years. And he wrote that this tour is all about exploring the creativity that blossoms when the vibes are high and the energies are harmonized. I've spent the last 5 years experimenting, recharging, and building with all the humans who will join me on this show in order to create a crew and show where not even the sky is the limit. Pretty Lights feels new again and ready to be shared with the fans. So it's described as electronic beats, poetic samples, modular synthesizers, and live musicians, intricate sonic tapestries combined with dynamic breathing light shows. Like, if that doesn't get you hype, I don't know what will. I don't even listen to Pretty Lights, and I read that description and I was like, okay, I get it. Like, I get it. That would be a big, big one to go see. Then we have Ludacris, like, what the fuck? In a completely different direction. He's going to be under rap and hip hop. So this one to me, I'm torn on. On the one hand, my middle school self is like, yes, I'd 100% be going to that. That's going to be so much fun. The other part is like, I just saw him in a State Farm commercial. So I don't really like link up Electric Forest and State Farm commercials in my brain. So he feels a little bit misplaced to me, but I'm going to trust that the Forest team knows what we need and not what we want. You know what I mean? So I feel like it'll be fun. Then we have Black Tiger Sex Machine, which is a big bass music act. That's going to be a huge selling point. I don't personally listen to them, but they do have a great show. So that's going to be under bass music. Then on Saturday, we have Subtronics making his return. That is also going to be under bass music. He has grown on me for sure, and I would definitely want to go see his sets because I've never seen a full Subtronics set. I tried to go in 2022, and he packed out Tripoli. I couldn't even get near the stage, so hopefully they move him to a bigger stage. Then we have John Summit playing a solo set, so he obviously falls under the house music category, you guys. I love John Summit, big fan of his. I'm excited that he's playing twice and he'll get to do something different with each set. Plus, with him and Subtronics on the same day, you know we're going to get exciting things out of them, probably some after parties and good shit. So their after party in 2022, the RV set they played, fire. Don't miss that. Make sure you stay up for that. Then we have Siren. This one was very exciting. We have a Closey and LS Dream collaboration. Both artists are like very dreamy, kind of like experimental, wubby bass music acts that are even going to be probably like beautiful, trippy visuals. Like, I think that's going to be a really sick set. I'm going to put that under bass music. So I'm excited for that one. That one was fun. Excision, this is going to be a huge selling point for bass heads. Again, like, he has his own festivals now. Like, he's absolutely massive. Everybody knows Excision. So if that's your thing, that's going to be a big one. Charlotte DeWitt was one of the most interesting ones on here for me personally. We don't have like basically any techno on this lineup. So to have a major international star like Electric Forest, like Charlotte DeWitt on the Electric Forest lineup, when she's out here playing like Ultra Main Stage and things like that, I'm so excited to see what she does. Like, I'm just curious to see what she brings to the table because I feel like she'll be fantastic. So that's under the techno category. Then we have Gigantic Nightmare, which is a blend of Nightmare and Big Gigantic. It is a live performance. It's bass music. It's funk. It's fun. It's groovy. I feel like that fits with the vibe of Electric Forest perfectly. So I'm going to put that under live act. And then rounding out the headliners, we have Humphreys McGee, which is a jam band and a rock band. They do metal, like soul, a little bit of everything, and they've been together for like 25 years, something insane like that. So I feel like that'll be cool. So you do, looking right now in the headliners, you've got almost one of every category, and then more so on the bass side. There's 4 bass headliners, 3 house, 2 jam bands, 2 live acts, 1 trap, 1 pop, 1 rap and hip hop, 1 techno, no trance. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, and then of course, how could I forget? Sorry, they have it on a different line, so that's why I miss it. The biggest headliner of all, the reason that everyone's here and why Electric Forest was formed is the string cheese incident, of course. So they are going to be under jam band. So now that is a little bit more even across genres, but they're playing 2 incidents. I believe last year they played 2, and years prior, I think they played all 3 days. So they're continuing with the trend with only having 2 sets. But it's a really amazing performance. It's usually on the main stage. They have this whole shebang that they do with, like, I don't want to there's confetti. There's like really cool things. You want to show up and go to it. It's like something you could just hang out at, like bring a blanket. People are lounging in their chilbos. Like it goes on for a couple hours. They take a little intermission. It's really fun. So even if it's not your like cup of tea, definitely stop by and check them out because that's like one of the main reasons Electric Forest is here. So apologies, I didn't mention them in the headliners. They were on the next line, but they're in the jam band category. Okay, now we're going to go down to the mid-tier. So first we have AT Aliens, which is definitely under the bass music category. Then we have Barclay Crenshaw, which is also bass music category. So if you see this name and you're like, who is this? This is a new project. So if you guys know Claude Von Stroke, who is the originator of Dirty Bird Records, who is a house music artist, he is taking a break from his Claude Von Stroke project, and he's going to be playing under Barclay Crenshaw, which is his real name. His real name is not Claude Von Stroke. His real name is Barclay Crenshaw, and it is a new bass music act that he is going to be doing moving forward. So very fucking exciting. I would definitely want to go see what that's all about because he's fantastic. So seeing him like switch genres and do something new is very cool. Then we have Cannons here, who I believe is under the pop music category. So I'm going to put them under here, electronic/pop. And on Spotify, they have their description as analog production, glossy guitars, and cinematic synth craft with fluid, breathy vocals and evocative lyrics. Definitely sounds very interesting. Then we have Chase and Status, which is a huge drum and bass act. So I know a lot of people are very excited about that. There's a couple drum and bass people here, but definitely would be excited to go see them. Then we have Cuco, who is doing a DJ set. So I feel like that's going to be a little different than their description because they're a Mexican-American singer-songwriter. So all their tracks are in Spanish. So normally I would put them under pop or electronic. I'm going to keep it under pop and electronic, but it is a DJ set. So it might be a little bit different than what they might be normally doing for their productions. Then we have Dimension, who is a drum and bass artist. This was one of the biggest gets for me personally. When I saw Dimension's name on here, I was like, ooh, shit, that is really, really good. I loved his set at EDC Orlando. It was so incredible. And then my number one most played song on Spotify this year was a Dimension track. So he got me to love drum and bass so much. So I'm very excited for that. Then we have Drama, who is a house act. This one is exciting to me because I've heard their music before but didn't recognize the name. They have a ton of tracks with Gorgon City. So you've definitely heard their music before if you're into house music. I just didn't put two and two together. So I love when that happens when I do these lineup reviews. So I was like, hell yes, definitely would want to go see Drama. Then we have Green Velvet, who's one of the best house music artists. He's incredible. I'll never miss one of his sets. He's a can't miss. Then we have Kenny Beats. I'm going to put him under like rap and hip hop, spoken word. He's a really, really interesting artist as well. Then we have Lettuce. So Lettuce would fall under, they're a 6 music band. So I'm going to say live act, a little bit of everything. So we're going to put them under live act for now. Then we have Libyanka. So I had no idea who Libyanka was. And then I looked her up and I was like, this girl is absolutely fire. I'm going to put her under pop. She was on The Voice, which is really cool, and has had her like own major success with her career. She's got like 11 million plays on Spotify. She does Afro soul music, so it isn't necessarily pop, but she is a singer-songwriter and thought she was incredible. Like she killed it on The Voice. So I just think that's really cool. I would definitely go check her out. Then we have LPGOB, who is a house music artist and a live performer. She plays piano. Her sets are absolutely beautiful. She did 2 sets, so I wouldn't be surprised if she does more. She played her main set at Tripoli, and then she did her Dead House set, which is like a Grateful Dead house music blend that she does, and she did that at the Grand Artique, which was really cool. So I'm sure she'll play multiple sets. And then we have a couple house artists here right in a row. So Matroda is a big tech house artist, and Mau P, same thing. Love both of them, so I was excited to see them on here. Then we have Neil Francis, who is an indie dance duo / I wrote alternative pop. They were like very groovy. So I'm going to put Neil Francis under pop electronic because I feel like they could definitely fit under that category. Rawayana, I didn't know. This is an alternative act. They blend Caribbean rhythms with funk, reggae, soul, and rock. So there's some pretty good representation of Latin American artists, which I thought was really cool. I'm going to put them under rock. They're not necessarily a jam band, but definitely more on like the alternative side of things, which is cool. And it's a little bit of like funk as well. Okay, and then we have Vinny Vici, who is holding it down for the only trance act on this lineup that I've personally seen. They are such an incredible side trance act. That's going to be insane. There was like a whole trance day at the observatory on Thursday in 2022 with like all trance artists. So I feel like we're definitely missing trance here. So more to come on that. Then we have White Fang. You guys know White Fang. It's Alice in Wonderland's alias. So if you guys love Alice in Wonderland, please go see White Fang. It is trap. It's a little bit electronic. It's a little bit techno. She kind of does everything. She just dropped an album this year under White Fang and has been performing. She did Coachella under White Fang. So I feel like that's going to be absolutely insane. And then the last in the mid-tier, we have Wooly, who is a really big bass act. Has collaborated with like a lot of big artists that you know and love, like Seven Lions, and I feel like he's going to be a really fun act to go see as well. So now when we have the mid-tier finished, House has taken the lead, but also strong presence of bass music and a strong presence of electronic and pop as well. So let's head down to the undercard. Okay, so moving down to the undercard, I hope this is helpful for you guys as well. This is like a lot of work and research to do, so I hope you guys are enjoying it, but it's helpful to see it like broken down this way. So next we have Acraze, who I would put under the house music category. He's just fun, he's energetic, he has a lot of remixes that are cool, so I feel like he would be a fun house act to go check out. Then we have Alley Cat, who has been like absolutely crushing the bass music scene this year. Her name has been popping up everywhere, so I kind of like would want to see her because she's very much on the come up right now. Then we had Abo, which was one of my favorite discoveries from this lineup. He is a house music act that is just so much fun, and I actually had like some of his tracks from New Music Friday, that playlist, and I didn't realize it. So Abo is one of my favorite house music discoveries on here. Then we have Calusa, who is an Afro tech DJ duo. They've released on Defected, Higher Ground, Saved. I was surprised I hadn't heard of them before. Loved them. I thought it was really great. Also has like that Latin flair to it. So they are also a house music duo. So that was another favorite discovery for me from this lineup. Then we have Caspa, who I believe is a heavier bass music act. So we're going to put that up here. Cassian. If you know me and you know my channel, you know Cassian is one of my favorite artists. So I was so happy to see him on here. And he also played in 2022 at the Carousel stage, the Carousel Club. And it blew me away. And I just absolutely love him. So he is more like melodic house and techno. He's worked with Rufus Du Sol a lot. So like super vibey, fantastic drops, like chef's kiss. Absolutely love Cassian. Coco and Breezy, another amazing house act. So a lot of house music up in here. Then we had Dirtwire. So I didn't know them, so I looked them up. They're a traveler's collage of earthborn instruments and electronic sounds foraged from electric forest to the mountains of Tuva. Every live set is a magician's surprise show, an invitation to experiment instruments that are usually heard only as samples in electronic music. It's a celebration of the art of the instrument, not just the sound you can record from it. Future revival, swamptronica, spaghetti step, electro twang, whatever you call it, Dirtwire's music, what matter what size, you can dance to it. As sure as a lizard dances in the desert. What the fuck? That just sounds so cool. So I'm going to put them under live act. These are the things I feel like you see on an Electric Forest lineup. Like that's the cool special moments where you're like, this is sick. This is different from anything else. So love that. Same with Dixon's Violin, another live act, like another staple for Electric Forest. That's an absolutely beautiful instrumentalist. That's going to be really cool to see live. DJ Tennis, amazing house music artist on here. Dumpsta Funk, I wasn't sure of, but they are one of the most well-regarded next generation New Orleans live powerhouses, live band. So Dumpsta Funk is going to go under, they're a band. We're going to put them under band for sure. Then we have Eggy is also a jam band. So now we got some more bands coming in up here. Hamdi, I didn't know. Hamdi is a dubstep UK and grime artist. So Hamdi's definitely going under the bass music category. Then we had Enzo. I've heard amazing things about Enzo from my friend Brandon Gray. He loves him. I'm going to put him under bass music because he's playing a lot of like the future bass sound, but he has released some house tracks as well. So I feel like you can get down with a little bit of both. It's Murph is another new discovery for me. I absolutely love this guy's music now that I found it. It's like tech house slash stutter house, which is very popular right now. It gave me that like breathy, euphoric, uplifting house music. It kind of reminded me of Disco Lines a little bit. So one of my favorite discoveries, It's Murph. Absolutely loved him. Then we had Jules. Jules was a really dope bass music discovery for me. I really liked a lot of his tracks that I found. He had one with RL Grime that you guys need to go listen to right now. Hold on, I wrote it down. It was called Breach. Breach with RL Grime and Jules. Go listen to it. Absolutely fire. So that one was exciting. Le Youth is going to be under the house music category. Level Up is going to be absolutely fire. Bass music act. Lucy is one of those I could go in between because Lucy, it's the same Lucy as with Lucii. She used to have 2 I's in her name. She has 1 now. I interviewed her on my podcast all about this. If you guys want to go check it out, it's on Rave Culture Cast. It came out last January when she was transitioning to her new act. So she is known for like dubstep and more bass music, but her new act is more like electronic and pop, and she sings a lot of her own vocals. So I'm going to put her under bass. But if she's playing a lot of her new stuff, it could also be on the poppier side of things. Then we had LYNY. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong because this was a newer one for me as well. This is electronic music, cutting edge sounds with melodic compositions. It's heavily influenced by hip hop and trap beats with a splash of R&B. I wrote down so much stank face, some heavy wubs in here. So I'm going to put them under bass music, but it could probably be a little bit of trap as well. Then I have Maddie O'Neill. She's also been a new discovery. I've been seeing her name on a couple lineups now. She is a house music artist, so keep your eye on Maddie. Major League DJs was another one. They're a South African identical twin duo, which is so cool. Cultural icons, trailblazers, bringing the Apamino sound to the world. Very cool. They have collaborated with artists like Major Lazer, Diplo, Black Coffee. So fire. We're gonna put them under house music. Rounding it out here, guys, we have Mesculo. I couldn't find Mesculo anywhere. I don't know who this is. I'm sorry, but I couldn't find them. So please let me know if you know who Mesculo is, because I don't know who that is and I feel like an idiot. Okay, and then we have Michael Brune. Michael Brune is a DJ producer from Haiti. He blends EDM styles like progressive house with influences that honor his Haitian roots. So I'm gonna put him under house music. Then we had Odin and Fatso was another discovery that was really fun. They are also house music. They are a Parisian DJ duo playing club scenes right now. It said they have complex grooves with broken rhythm, mixing minimal house and funky techno music, infusing bright and psychedelic ambiences. So down for that. That sounds amazing. Paper Water was new to me. So Paper Water is a Miami-based avant-garde pop duo. So we're going to put them under pop music. It says they are inspired by legends like the Neptunes and Daft Punk. So that's really cool. Then we have Peachtree Rascals is a music collective from San Jose, California. Their song Mariposa. Yes, this is a good reminder. I'm going to put them under band. Mariposa like absolutely blew up on TikTok. So you've probably heard one of their tracks before. Then we have Ranger Trucco, who is a fire house music artist. Definitely would want to be going to see him. Then we have Sammy Vergi. This was a new one for me. I'm going to put him under trap and DMB, but he's a little bit more like he does like UK garage and bass lines. So kind of could also be under some other categories, but we're going to put him under there. Then we had Slater. This one was so fun. They were like a fire pop music act. She was giving me like femme fatale vibes. So this says, short spell, our mild-mannered Midwest-born Pixie managed to transform into an erotic electronic pop femme fatale. Now it sounds like she's stalking the Hollywood Hills with a combination of razor-sharp songcraft, inventive production, lusty underground je ne sais quoi, and cheeky lyrics, all while dropping an 80s-inspired after-party ready fashion. She was fire. Her Instagram was so cool. So definitely check out Slater. Sultan and Shepherd representing the house music. They are like the most beautiful, like melodic house / techno vibes. If you guys are into Lane 8, they've had some tracks out on This Never Happened label, like just beautiful vibey music. And I think that was an exciting one to see on here. Tasha is an amazing house producer. She is fantastic. Then B is on the drum and bass side. So we've got some more drum and bass in here. Vanessa back-to-back Nala, both amazing house acts, a little bit more skewed on like the tech house side of things. Same with West End. West End's one of my favorite house music producers. Like everything he comes out with is an absolute like fire banger. His new track, Dirty Blonde, is so good. So definitely more on the tech house side of things. And then last but certainly not least, we have Will Clark, who's going to pop into techno. He's our only other techno artist on this lineup, which is bananas. So that is the full breakdown for you, you guys. This is what we are looking like. I'm going to add this up. So clearly, when all is said and done, we have the most house music on the lineup, followed by bass music, again, representing all different subgenres. Then it's a tie between jam bands / rock bands and electronic pop acts. Then we have a pretty good amount of trap and drum and bass, which I love. Then live acts. So that would be like the most representative genres of Electric Forest lineup right now. And then you've got sprinkled in 2 rap or hip hop artists, 2 techno artists, and 1 trance artist as of right now. So very interesting mix. Again, I'm a happy camper because I'm a house and techno fan. And then again, just going through this lineup and reading these artist descriptions, like that is why I do these videos, and I hope you enjoy them because it takes a lot of research. But reading these descriptions, I'm like, that sounds insane. Like that live act is going to be absolutely incredible. I have to go see that and witness it in person myself. So don't just write people off if you don't know their names. Like I hope this helps you discover new people to go check out and like, you know, branch out of what you normally listen to. But I also hope it helps you discover artists in the genres that you already like. So if you guys enjoyed this, please, please, please consider sharing this on social media, sending this to your Electric Forest fam so they can find some new artists to discover. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that stuff. It helps my channel out a ton. And if you want to connect with me, I am at Emma Kapotes on all of my platforms. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Fall into you.